Madison's interim police chief is just a month into his new position. John Patterson took over in February, temporarily replacing former Chief Sean Barnes. Our Brady Mallory and Susan Simon sat down with him this morning to talk about his priorities, his vision for the department, and whether he'll pursue the position full-time.
How has it been to be interim chief, and is this a role that you think you'd like to pursue full-time?
Oh, it's been good. I've been with the agency for a long time, and so it's felt new, but it's felt comfortable at the same time. I'm certainly interested. So once the process is formalized, I'll take a very close look at that and talk with my family, and then talk with my MPD family as well, and then make that decision.
Yeah, and as you take on this role, whether it be temporarily or permanent, Madison has a number of challenges. I know the police department has said violent crime has gone down, so that's good. I also know fentanyl and mental health continue to be priorities here at the department. What with the Madison Area Addiction Recovery Initiative, how would you take on areas of mental health and addiction within the city?
Well, those are tremendous priorities, and I think, the good news is our overdose deaths have been going down, and that's been seen nationwide, which is fantastic. But mental health and, how we respond to mental health calls is constantly evolving. We're constantly fine-tuning our response. And I think we've been growing and learning with our new CARES program in the city, too, and understanding how do we complement one another and really try to give the best response to individuals who are working through mental health concerns in the community.
Sort of tailor-make it to the situation.
Absolutely. It is like a surgical fit for some folks. They really need something different than the next person. So,
what do you think is the most important trait in a chief of police?
I think there's a lot of traits that are important, but first and foremost, I think, is integrity and honesty. Approachability is very important, but I think it's super critical to be present at all times and just really make yourself accessible, not only to individuals in the department, but to the community. You can't be someone who's seen as tough to reach or inaccessible. But I think people should really understand what you're going to say or do, perhaps even before you say or do it. So consistency and predictability, I think, is very important as well.
When it comes to the community and that type of outreach, we're a very diverse area, and several communities of color may not see themselves in you or the police force. So how do you kind of bridge that gap?
How we demonstrate our legitimacy to the community is like an everyday challenge. I mean, we have to constantly face that challenge and work hard to try to demonstrate our legitimacy and prove, that we're willing to listen, that we're willing to try to respond to concerns as they're raised. But in recent years, especially as officers, we have to accept the fact that listening also means listening to things that haven't happened in our community or maybe happened, somewhere else in the nation. That are becoming, increasingly areas of consternation or areas of concern for communities here locally as well.
You are new in this role, but you've been in the department a long time. So you have a lot of tenure here. In your opinion, what does the Madison Police Department need?
We need some consistency. We need to, but also recognize that we need to push ourselves, and we need to constantly evolve with our community. We need to be able to demonstrate, how we can effectively collaborate and problem solve with our community. But we have to demonstrate how we're going to be listeners. I think listening right now to our community, especially as divided as it seems, across our nation, is incredibly important. And I think we need then to embrace the role of caretaker. And really push ourselves away from this whole guardian warrior, debate, if you want, in law enforcement. I think becoming caretakers, becoming active listeners, and embracing those roles is incredibly important right now.
Interim Chief Patterson, thank you for the time.
Thank you
Continued
for the
success
interest.
and best of luck as the process moves forward.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.